This is Miss Lizzie, and I want to welcome you to the Queen Lizzie podcast. Together, we will go through the history of Rosewood, Florida, and watch as the once prosperous town rises out of the bloodshed, fire, and ash to reveal the people, the memory, and the legacy of Rosewood. Watch every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube, or listen to our story on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Hello, everybody. I am Lizzie Robinson Jenkins, representing not only the Rosewood Foundation, but the personal testimonies and history of cherished friends and family. You are now watching the Queen Lizzie podcast. Today, we're talking with Freddie Wehbe. Welcome, Freddie Wehbe.
Thank you, Miss Lizzie. Thanks for inviting me again.
Yes, this is 100 plus 100 shows that we have done.
Congratulations. I remember the first one.
Yes, I remember it too. And I remember what is so significant, the importance of doing this show. Okay, you reached out to me, and I know you don't like to take credit, but I'm giving it today. I'm talking. I'm in charge, okay? So you are the man behind the Queen Lizzie podcast. And I want you all to know he named it the Queen Lizzie podcast, and I'm trying to live up to this name, Queen.
Queen Lizzie, you've done so much for this community. You've done so much for Rosewood, the town of Rosewood. You single-handedly kept the story going, way more than the movie. I can tell you that. I've seen all you've done. You've done a great job, and I know for a fact you'll be building a museum in
Yes.
Archer. I know it's going to happen because you're driven, you do the right things, and it's an honor to help you get this podcast and really educate people what this is all about. What is Rosewood truly all about? And you do a great job doing that, and you do it authentically. You do it with pride. You do it with facts. You do it with relationships. You understand how to play the game well and keep it going. And this is why you're going to be successful, because you practice all these successful traits.
Thank you. And all of the credit goes to my mother.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go.
And what I do, it is for her. And because I think she has taught me well to be truthful, okay, to do my research.
Not only research, you do your research, and that, to me, that's a prerequisite, but you also practice the habits of success. A lot of people fall in love with success, but don't want to fall in love with the habits that make you successful. And you practice those every single day, and this is why Rosewood will be successful. This is why there will be a museum, because you practice what it takes. And our job is to support you and do these and create a podcast and write books and articles, and truly this is the duty of this community to help you.
Exactly. And speaking of writing books, I interviewed a young lady a couple of 3 weeks ago. And during our conversation, she said to me, Liz, have you thought about writing a Rosewood cookbook? And I said, no. She said, it would be an excellent fundraiser. And she emphasized that. I know that I don't have time to chair a cookbook, Rosewood cookbook. So I said to her, would you like to chair it? She said, absolutely.
Who is this?
Jan Garrett.
Awesome.
I met Jan Garrett a year ago. And just, I don't want to say fell in love, but we were attracted to each other. Okay? And our spirit was on the same page. And we stayed in touch with each other. Okay? I didn't know her, and I'm not going to go there. That's not important. I respect her, and she respects me. That's important. And we are working together. We have already met at her home. and held our first meeting. So we have our committee going, and we're having another meeting in March, and we are going to make this cookbook.
And I can't wait to see this cookbook and buy one and help you sell more.
Right, and I need a recipe from your family.
We can do that.
Okay,
And we'll do a signing day where people can buy the book right here at Spurrier's, and you autograph them and make it a fundraiser for the Rosewood Museum.
Perfect. Good minds running together. I hadn't thought about that. We certainly can do it, and we will allow anybody, if they want to, give their parents, their grandma, or mom's recipe. We are welcome. You are welcome to do that.
I know what recipe is going to be in that book.
Beg pardon?
I know what recipe will be in that book.
Okay, you already have it in mind.
I have one other one in mind, yes.
Okay.
our very popular Jerry's cookies.
Okay. Jerry's Spurrier?
Famous cookies, yep.
Really? Perfect. Did you hear that, Jerry? Your assignment has been given by Freddie Wehbe. You will do the Jerry, what kind of cookies?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Very, very popular at the restaurant. Our number one dessert, and
okay.
they're awesome.
Wonderful. We're looking forward. Okay, Jen, did you hear that? And the committee. Let me tell you who is on the committee. I think this is important. You may be inspired. Joy Glanzer, Jancy Vinson, who else? Crystal Bowman, Faye McKnight, Sabrina Williams, and we have other people that may be interested. So some of us will be reaching out to you and say, hey, look, let's participate and help Liz get this Rosewood Cookbook fundraiser out there.
If someone is interested in joining your committee, who do they contact?
Jen Garrett.
Okay.
I don't have her.
We'll put her contact in the comments.
We'll put her contact in the
Comments.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thank you, Zach. And here at Steve Spurrier Gridiron Restaurant, things are always happening. And there is something special happening tonight. Would you like to share that with us about the coaches event tonight?
Actually, it's going to be Monday night, three nights ago. And it was an amazing event, and it's basically the Coaches Award. The first year award is renamed after Coach Spurrier. It's now the Coach Spurrier First Year Award. And some of the invited guests, Shane Beamer, Josh Heupel, Sonny Dykes, and Jeremy Chadwell are the previous 4 winners. Mm-hmm. And this year will be Coach Fran Brown from Syracuse. He's going to win the First Year Coach of the Year award. We also have the Coach Spurrier Legends Award, and those were won prior by Mark Richt and Bob Stoops. And this year the winner was Frank Beamer from Virginia
Okay.
Tech. Yep.
When is this?
The Legends Award. It's a coach,
Okay.
The Legends Coach Award.
Okay.
Yep. And then we also give out the Offensive Player of the Year, and this year is Leonard Moore and Coach Marcus Freeman is presenting that at the restaurant. Shane Beamer is presenting the Offensive Player of the Year, and that's Lenora Sellers. And Dabo Sweeney from Clemson is presenting the Special Teams Coach Player of the Year as well.
Big names.
Big names, yeah. We have other coaches as well, Mike Shula, I believe, and a few others.
Okay.
And this was Monday night.
Oh, okay. All right. And talking about the fundraiser, the purpose of our fundraisers to build up the Rosewood Museum in Archer that you just talked about on property that has been in my family for years. And that's going to make it even more interesting. And let me share with you, I was in Melbourne last weekend. I spoke 2 days did a workshop at a church there. And during the course of this meeting and discussing Rosewood, and they had never heard about Rosewood and saw it flash on the screen about the movie. They watched the movie from this particular church, drove to Rosewood, and did their own research and called me from the sign, the historical marker, and invited me to come there. So I went there, and I said all of that to say, during the course of my meeting there, I met a young lady from my college, Florida Memorial University, now located in Miami, but it was in St. Augustine when I was attending school. So she knew the president, she knows, of our college. And she said, Liz, she called me and said, Liz, I talked with the president. I said, well, I know who he is. I said, but he doesn't know me. He wrote her back and said, I know Lizzie Jenkins very well. So for our upcoming gala, yes, yes.
That's the Rosewood sign that she was talking about.
Okay, and who are those are your
Those are
sons?
my boys, yeah.
Okay, those are his boys. Show it again. Okay, yes, all right. So Rosewood is out there, and it's bringing people together. Believe it or not, as bad and ugly as the history was, it's bringing us together as a community because we tell the truth. We don't attack anybody. It's about history, and history is who we are. So as a result of my meeting in Melbourne last week, hopefully the president of my college will be our keynote speaker, and I'll let you all know more about it.
That's awesome. And again, thank you for all you do for Rosewood. And you've done a great job keeping it going. You've done a great job explaining why, the great job keeping the story going. But one place I think there's an opportunity is to let people know what is it going to cost to build this museum.
Oh.
I see you've done a great job with everything, but I think the community needs to know and the constituents need to know, what is this museum going to cost? Eventually, everything you do is to fundraise for the museum.
Yes.
But what does that number look like? And I don't care if we have to raise it $10 at a time,
Right.
or maybe someone wants to give you the $1 million.
Uh-huh.
But what is the true cost of this museum when it's all said and done?
We're thinking in the neighborhood of $10 million.
$10 million, and that's
Yes.
complete build out and everything for the Rosewood Museum
Yes,
and the city of Archer.
in the city of Archer.
And that's your family's property.
Yes,
Okay.
and it will remain, in the family, but it's the community's museum. Okay, when I said remain, we're just making sure that Brown Robinson is always somewhere, if that makes sense, as trustees.
Yep.
Okay.
Who will manage the museum?
We are working with the Central Florida community. I'm saying it wrong. The Community Foundation of North Central Florida.
Okay.
That's who we're working with, and they're going to help us raise money. They're going to put us out there
Good.
as we speak, and we know that they will do an excellent job of controlling and of soliciting. Well, they don't solicit, but they put it out there.
Yeah, they're very good at managing their money, and that's good news.
Yes, yes, and I am so excited to be working with them.
Awesome.
And it was suggested, I'm not going to tell you, that's not who it was suggested by, but that's the best thing that I have heard, because this is what we need. And I feel like for the rest of my life and the life of the museum, it would be in good hands.
I agree, and they do a great job.
Yes.
If someone wants to learn more about Rosewood today, and the museum and the fundraising, where is a good source for that?
At the website, start at the website, rosewoodflorida.com, spell Florida out, Rosewood, FLORIDA.com. Okay, and you can donate, like you said, $10 or one-time $10. If you want it to be concurrent, you can also sign and make that happen too. Okay, rosewoodflorida.com. We welcome your donation. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. And also we are writing grants. We got people out there writing grants to make sure, not to make sure, but to encourage people and organizations to participate with helping us raise this money.
So and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going off memory, 1923 is when the mobs did their massacre in the town of Rosewood,
Yes.
right? If I watched the movie tonight, how accurate is that movie?
Well, you are not the first person with that question. The first person to ask that question was the board of directors from the John Singleton moving director of the movie, John Singleton. So what they did, they knew that I had done lots of research. They knew my mom was in charge of what I write and what I tell people. So they invited my mother to the movie. They did a premiere here. They invited my mom to be the spokesperson after the movie. When the movie was over, they said, Mrs. Robinson, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the movie? She gave it a 7. She said 7, which is not bad. And they said, wow. So she said to them, she followed up with, the two most important things, it let people know that Rosewood happened in 1923. And it let people know that women lie on black men. Those were her two things. But as far as the other information, it wasn't all accurate. It was sensationalized. But however, Freddie, it did get that message out. She was 20 when Rosewood had happened, still living at home. And everything my mom knew, it came from her sister. Her sister, who was a Rosewood school teacher, told her. She didn't tell anybody else her story. She was gang raped. And back then, being raped was an embarrassment to the family, although she could not control it, but she didn't want her parents to know. So she told my mom everything, and my mom told me everything and said, you better keep this history alive, preserved. It's not easy, but I do it.
You do a good job. Looks like it's time to pay some bills.
Okay, that's about time for our first half. We are going to head to a quick break, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
I am Black History.
I am Rosewood Black History.
I am Florida and America's Black History. And you are too. January 1st, 1923, the KKK insurrectionists attacked Rosewood, killing 5, burning it down.
Because a white woman lied and cried, a black man assaulted me. Rosewood redevelopment is on its way.
Want to help? Visit rosewoodflorida.com. I am Black History.
I am Rosewood Black History.
I am Florida and America's Black History. And you are too. January 1st, 1923, the KKK insurrectionists attacked Rosewood, killing 5, burning it down.
Because a white woman lied and cried, a black man assaulted me. Rosewood redevelopment is on its way.
Want to help? Visit rosewoodflorida.com.
Welcome back to Queen Lizzie Podcast, brought to you weekly from the Steve Spurrier's podcast room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are here with Freddie Wehbe. The Queen Lizzie Podcast is brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union, live from the Meldon Law Gator Studios at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Welcome back, Freddie.
Thank you. What episode number is this?
101.
So what episode number is next week's?
102.
What happened 102 years ago?
Rosewood Massacre.
See, it's all clicking.
It is clicking. It is clicking. Yay.
Do you remember your first episode?
Yes, I do.
You've come a long way.
Yes, I have. And it has been just different. I feel so learned, so educated, so blessed, so everything. Because I come to the show, don't write things down, but I get through it.
Well, I think that's kind of what podcasts are. They give you the platform to share what's inside you, and that's why you don't have to write it down. You have it inside you, and you send it out, you portray it and reveal it to us listeners, and that's why 30,000 people listen to every episode, because it's history. Okay. It's like writing a history book. That's really, truly a good example of what a good podcast is. You've done a good job because you've led this movement, and this movement is to keep the story alive and truly build a museum. That's your two missions in life. Everything you do outside your family is driven by that purpose. And to me, that's what this is all about.
It is. It is driven, when you say driven by it is 24/7, y'all. It's Rosewood on my mind. Okay, and sometimes I sit at the computer and I take a nap. And John said, well, what are you doing? I said, working. He said, look like you're sleeping to me. But he is very supportive of what I do, because my mother told him, take care of my baby and make sure she tells the Rosewood story. So he doesn't have anything against it. He is very supportive, and he's a
How long have you guys been married?
36 years.
36 years. That's awesome.
It is. We were classmates the last year at Lincoln, but we did not fall in love. We barely spoke to each other. We both played basketball, but back then, this is so strange. We would go to games on the bus. On the school bus, the girls had to sit on one side and the boys on the other side. So we did not connect with the boys, that kind of way. But anyway, I got to tell you how I re-met John. John was working at Winn-Dixie. I went in, ordered groceries.
What's Winn-Dixie?
Winn-Dixie store.
It's a joke.
Huh? Okay, but that's okay. It's a store where he worked, and that particular day he was bagging groceries. He was helping up front and said to me, I know you. And I said to myself, Lord, who is this man? And he said, your name is Lizzie Robinson. I said, oh, my God, because I didn't remember him. We exchanged numbers, never talked after we exchanged numbers, okay? Our classmate died. This is important, you all. Our classmate died. We got together and prepared dinner for our classmate. And that's where I saw John again. And I was a walker then, okay? And I walked, long walker. But anyway, when we returned to where our other classmates were, where our classmate parents had died and been buried. After that incident, I'm getting upset. We started communicating. This was in August. My birthday was October 25th. We started calling each other, and we must have fell in love instantly. October 25th, my birthday, we secretly got married. Okay. When people found out, when the other classmates found out we were dating, they said, well, you all need to have a wedding. And we said to each other, we already married. But we did for them. And in our wedding, there were 22 bridesmaids and 12 grooms. One came as far away from New York just to be in our wedding. This is my husband for life. My dad told him, take care of my baby also. I thought that was important to me. Anyway, now back to Rosewood.
And I can attest that Mr. John has done that.
Yes, he has.
Yep.
Yes, he has.
Takes care of you. He takes care of Rosewood, and he takes care of those little animals too.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And we're going to have a petting zoo. And at the museum, there will be a petting zoo, and hopefully we are able to build some shotgun houses. Okay, resurrect some of the houses, because in Rosewood and in Sumner, the houses were all shotgun, and we want to build at least one or two in remembrance of the city of Rosewood. and we're working on a church. I have that in mind, and maybe a school, okay, just for memory or just to have a sample of what went on in Rosewood, so people will understand. Maybe a cemetery. I don't know. These are all long-range goals, and we do have I didn't tell you, Freddie, but we did get a, what is it called? Trust for Land grant for $460,000. We have already done the mapping, the survey, and some renderings of what Rosewood is what the museum is going to look like. However, they did allow for us to add additional buildings, like I was talking about, the shotgun houses. And I don't know if I said it, in Sumner also there were shotgun houses. And when people say there were two-story houses in Rosewood, there were no two-story houses in Rosewood, okay? Because people came to Sumner and Rosewood to work and make a living. There was a school. I have the school records for that. But we want to keep it as real as possible and tell our story. And the research has been difficult. And I remember the first time going to do my research at Rosewood, I was like chased out, okay, out of the courthouse basement. That didn't stop me. I told my mom, she said, relax and go back and finish your job. I'm still going back. A couple of weeks ago, I went back to Brunson's courthouse because I had met the clerk of the court at a NAACP meeting, I'm so sorry, MLK banquet in Williston. And I said to him, so you are the new clerk of the court? And he said, yes. I said, I sure would like to meet with you. He said, my doors are open. This is my phone number. Call me and make an appointment. I did. You know I did. So I went to visit him, and I did let him know I was kicked out. Not kicked out, but I wasn't chased out. I was intimidated when they came in and encircled my table, and I told him, I said, you know, I never finished my research, my Rosewood research, because of what I just said. And he opened his arms and he said, I was in his office, and he said, this is the People's Courthouse. You are welcome anytime. He is going to be on my podcast coming soon. And we're going to talk more about Rosewood. He is so, he welcomed me with extended arms, and that I appreciate.
You mentioned the renderings of the museum.
Yes.
Are those on the website? Where can people see those?
I will bring them by your office. You already have copies.
Okay.
Can you ask Dylan or?
I think it's important that the people see those things. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you all can make it happen? It happen?
We will make it happen. Another thing you mentioned, and I'm sorry to interrupt, your birthday is October 25th.
Yes.
And I know last year you turned your birthday around and made it a fundraiser. It was the amazing Party Advisors Rooftop at Spurrier's.
Yes.
And it was a community party, and you did that on purpose, by design. Are you duplicating that this year? Exactly.
Yes, you are. Will you help me with it?
We will make it happen.
At Make It Happen Studio. I'm in marketing. Okay. All right. So I'm looking forward to my 87th birthday. And should I increase the cost? What do you think about the cost so they can start saving money?
I mean, it's a fundraiser, and it's really, it's a way for people to donate money to the museum, and that's what this is all about.
Exactly. So put your $100 aside.
87 years old.
87 years old? All right.
How What's the secret to staying healthy like you are at 87? Give us the insight. What's the secret sauce? I want to know that.
Freddie, I watch what I eat. Okay, I really do. Sometimes it's a lot, but I know it's just. I think it's food and water. I drink lots of water. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I am healthy. I am blessed. Okay. I think it's what I eat, and I exercise. Okay.
What do you do for exercise?
Sit-ups, squats, okay, jumps, just body exercise.
How often?
Sometimes 3 times a week, but it works because when I do my exercises, I make sure I count sometime up to 40, 50. Okay, not all the time. Other time when I get tired, I stop. But I do it, I repeat during the day. Okay.
And when you say I eat healthy, give me an example. What's healthy? Like what is defined, let's see, what did you eat yesterday? I'm trying to get the secret sauce.
Yesterday I ate everything. I went to church, and you know they feed you at the church.
Okay.
I ate everything. I love sweets. I love Pepsis. Okay, I really do. And I love eating sweets, and I have to control that.
So
okay.
That's eating healthy?
No, that is not eating. That's eating good.
Okay. So it's a balance of eating healthy and eating good.
It's a balance of, because if I eat cake, I had cake for breakfast this morning. I'm not going to eat any more cake until maybe the weekend.
Okay.
Growing up, I didn't care for sweets, but now, oh my God. Candy, I love it. But I know I need to do the exercise to control it and drink water. I would say the most important thing, I believe, is water intake.
How many glasses do you drink a day, you think?
5, 6, 7. And I'm more than sure that's what it is. Love water. Because growing up, we had pump water. You know, we pumped our own water. So I just like water.
That's good.
But as far as a recipe I don't have a recipe. Okay, but anyway, we're coming to the close, and I'm going to say to you all, remember weekend, the brunch. Okay, Spurrier's brunch here at Steve Spurrier Gridiron Grill from 11 to 3 p.m. on the weekend. It is delicious, the best. And I'm not on a diet when I come here and eat.
There's healthy items on that buffet.
It is very healthy items. And if you haven't been here, then you need to make it your business to meet me here. Just let me know when you're coming. I will be here because the food is delicious. And I say that too also because Spurrier has been so helpful to the Real Rosewood Foundation. He has given contributions. He supports me. He tells people about Lizzie. Hey, Miss Lizzie. Queen Lizzie is what he called me, or Miss Lizzie. So please, you all, let's patronize him, and don't forget, make it happen. Freddie Wehbe is Make It Happen, and Freddie Wehbe is my friend. I'm not embarrassed to say he's my friend, and he looks out for Rosewood, and I appreciate. If you think that I am twiddling my hands, I am. When my mom told me the Rosewood story, this is what she did, and I knew she was serious. So I am serious, you all. Remember Spurrier, remember Freddie, remember Campus USA Credit Union, and remember Meldon Law. Those are the Real Rosewood Foundation biggest supporters, and we love them and appreciate them.
And if you're a business and want to support this podcast or the Rosewood Foundation, just leave a comment and we'll reach out to you. This is all of us helping a great cause. What this lady next to me does is absolutely amazing, and we owe it to her to continue her mission and her purpose, and the only way we can do it is through funding.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. I am continuously humbled, honored, and blessed to meet people daily and invite them to join in peace building, healing, and reconciliation through learning about the history of Rosewood. That will wrap up today's episode. I am Queen Lizzie. Until next time, this is my Rosewood story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh.